This is Dee with Divine L. I just came back to talk about what happened yesterday with the volcano and the prediction in the readings that I had yesterday before it went off. And I had a conversation with my husband. I'm like, I'm pretty sure the reading was either before, just before it happened, or while it was happening. And that second eruption happened during the second reading I did that day, yesterday, about the timekeeper moving, Saturn, from 11 degrees to 12 degrees. Anyway, this is the volcano, Soufriere. And so I decided I needed to go on a bit of a information hunt about what happened yesterday. The first eruption was at 8:41 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time. 8:41 a.m. When you type that in, AST, that's 7:41 a.m. Central Standard Time. This is the video that I did yesterday morning. One thing I want to point out. There was the black nothingness card. If you listen to this reading, my chat was black. I couldn't see the chat either. So not only was I getting the nothingness card all black, but my chat was blacked out. I couldn't see anybody talking to me while I did the reading. I mentioned it. I think towards the end, I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. If you're chatting to me, I can't see it. YouTube's messing up. So, I was like, how can I figure out what time it was when I did that reading? So I started, it's a good thing I do the Sabian mysteries, because not only do I interpret these for myself, not totally going with the Sabian mysteries, there's some interpretations of those pictures, but I interpret them myself. I use my intuition. And I hear what Gabriel and I are talking about. Anyway, I slowly went through the video because it's a good thing I pull these up, because my phone shows what time it was when I set that down. It was 7:24 a.m. Central Standard Time. That is before the volcano erupted. Before. Now, if you look at how long I'd been streaming, 1 minute and 52 seconds at that point. So it was before 7:24 a.m. I started the reading, Central Standard Time. So the 8:41, 7:41. So it was probably about 7:21. So this reading was about 20 minutes before it happened. Yep, about 20 minutes before. And I actually pulled up the timestamps of the chat. And it's funny because after the stream, now when I look back at it, I can see what the chat was. But I could not see it during the stream. It was blacked out. Just like the nothingness card. So, um, yeah, it was almost exactly 20 minutes before it actually happened, and it showed up in the reading. And then that second blast that occurred later in the day happened sometime during that time I was doing that reading. And I don't know why they gave me the heads up um, about this happening kind of delayed. Lebanon, they let me know about that 2 or 3 days before it happened. I think they're wanting to prove to you all that what I'm saying is no joke. I'm not lying, and I'm directly connected to them. You know, the topic of the 3 days of darkness and the topic of St. Croix and the Virgin Islands came up just within the last 5 days or less. And something else came up that I didn't even talk about in yesterday's stream that I did. You saw the reading. It showed the Dance of Kali, the Ten of Swords, right after the Tower card. That's from the reading that I did about Saturn's movement from 11 degrees to 12 degrees. The Dance of Kali. What's interesting is, wow, there's just so much. I want to show you something. My husband and I did a tarot live stream together 5 days ago. Right before that live stream, this one right here, the we were dancing. Now let me show you what we were dancing to. And I added this song to our the music playlist on my channel here several days ago, probably back the day we were dancing to it. Now, what's interesting, if you look at the videos for the weekend, Blinding Lights, Starboy, and I Feel It Coming. Excuse me. If you look at those, there's a lot in those. Remember, Sia, Elastic Heart, the cage, the fight that happened in the cage. Remember I talked about the divine guided them to do the choreographers, the singer, everybody was scripted by the divine to do those. There's no other explanation. I've racked my brain trying to think of other explanations for why these things actually are manifesting. So My husband and I, before that stream, were dancing to this song, I Feel It Coming. And I think I said that, actually, when I did that reading yesterday morning, the first one. Possibly the second one, I don't know. I feel it coming. Take a look at the videos by The Weeknd, Weeknd. I Feel It Coming, Starboy, and Blinding Lights. Take a look at those 3 videos. They're in my music playlist. Check them out for yourself. I feel it coming. And these two are dancing together in this video. She suddenly appears. She's all energy. My body on the astral is pure energy. And it's really weird because that's how this one appears. Not exactly like what I look like, but the energy thing. What I look like is kind of a clear with all kinds of colors, but an outline of a human figure. And I have a sword. And then these two start dancing together back here. And they're dancing while, see the crescent moon? There is so much symbolism, it's not even funny, going on here in this video. That's a lot like what it looks like when I go astral, by the way, right there. But there's so much in this video. See the face right here? There's the nose, lips, chin. There's a face peeking out from behind the red. Anyway, it shows them dancing together. My husband and I were doing that. It also shows an eclipse in this. Remember, excuse me, allergies. Allergic to everything in the inversion. Anyway, it shows an eclipse. June 10th, we have that eclipse. That's the date they gave me. I didn't even know it was an eclipse day until after the fact. In this video, it shows an eclipse. The other thing, let me see, it shows them dancing. And there it shows the eclipse happening right here. Anyway, see the eclipse. There it is, the ring of fire. Eclipse. The other thing that's really interesting, you get a little further in this video, you see how the sky's like red, and suddenly she turns to ash. Suddenly she turns to ash, and he does too. And if you look in the background of this video, it looks like there's possibly some sort of weapons flying through the air. This is a picture of her falling to the ground in ash. Remember that Sodom and Gomorrah, and don't turn around and look back, run. They look back and turn to a pillar of salt, right? He's just singing, and in the meantime, they're turning to ash. Interesting, I just noticed this. Look at the vampire teeth on this. I just noticed that. I didn't notice that before. And the representation of the snake. The snake is Apophis, Hades, the serpent, Apollyon, Apollo, Quetzalcoatl, the snakes are on the caduceus. It was in the reading, the Two of Cups, the caduceus, with the energy overflowing, right? Two becoming one. I'm kind of working out some of this in my head as I'm talking to you all. Anyway, when two become one, there's like an eruption, an overflow of energy. Anyway, we were dancing to this song just prior to that stream. We even talked about it. That's the song we were dancing to. And if you see this goes on, he finally turns to ash too. I feel it coming. Here's the thing. They've been giving me codes all along. I don't give them to you all. Not all of them. Not even close. Because many of them are for my eyes only. And then you see what looks like a nuclear winter in this video happening. And at the end, see something shining in the snow, and Daft Punk pops up in what looks like their spacesuits, right? I wanted to show you something else. Thought I had it right here. Oh, the meaning of Soufriere is sulfur. Lasoufriere, that volcano. It means sulfur. This was in the Virgin Islands. I've been to the Virgin Islands. An absolutely stunning paradise. A friend of mine pointed at that little lizard incense holder of mine and said, "Where'd you get that?" And I was like, "St. Croix, Virgin Islands." Why did they give me the prediction of this volcano? Because it was in the Virgin Islands. By the way, virgin means wisdom. Purity of heart. So the topic of the Virgin Islands was on my tongue, and I did the dance of Kali 5 days ago. 4 days before lasoufriere exploded. Why did they tell me about this particular volcanic eruption? Because it's in the Virgin Islands. That's the only thing I can figure out. They're wanting to make a point to everybody else, I have a feeling. Why did they tell me about this? There's been other volcanic eruptions. Why was this one significant? Because where it was. Yeah, the reading happened before the eruption. I put up the reading not realizing. I just knew that it felt like a volcano was going to go off. And then Gabriel and I kept prodding me. And my intuition kept telling me I need to do that new moon reading. But then I started looking at the astrology and I'm like, I need to pay attention to the timekeeper. Saturn, the ancient ruler of Aquarius, is sitting in Aquarius and was sitting in the 11th house of Aquarius at 11 degrees. Everything means something. It's all about the numbers. The holodeck is built with those, if you haven't figured that out. And that timekeeper is super important. It's what runs the machine. So when Saturn moves, big things are going to happen. The other planets are key too, though. It's like the program in motion. When those planets are in motion, that means the program's running. The program is indeed running. So this video is it shows that eclipse that they gave me the date, June 10th. Here's something else. You want more revelations? The real ones? Remember, there's only one person that can really decipher the book of Revelations. Just one. The number 222. I talked about that. And then they had me add a 2 behind it. First of all, 222, Armageddon. They gave me that code again this morning. But when they told me to add the 2 back, I don't know, was it a month ago? I don't remember now. It's been a while. They gave me that same thing again this morning. Here's something interesting. 444 down here where I stopped this. See? 444. This morning I stopped the video to talk to my husband. It was at 2222. And they gave me telepathy. They gave me the code 222. Well, they gave me the code 222 on the clock. And then as I was typing it in, they said add a 2. So I added a 2. They gave me that code again this morning. Yep. They gave it to me again this morning. Let me find. There's 864. There's 222. Armageddon. I'm a dragon, Sophie. Sophia and Yaldabaoth. There's people running around telling you there's 4 brothers. No, there's not. There's 3. Zeus, Apollo, and Hades. There's 3, not 4. That 4th angel's a female, not a male. Sophia and Yaldabaoth, the 3 brothers, 3. Remember, keys to the universe, 369, 3, not 4. Armageddon. Yeah. Repeatedly getting this code lately. They want me to do this video covering yesterday so that I can take you on that trip to June 10th. The solar eclipse on June 10th, the date they gave me. That's another code they gave me, 717. You guys are welcome to look it up if you want some information. Here's a code, 2222. Holy Spirit is the final call before the apocalypse. Twin flame arrow, yep. God's destruction of the clock tower. Here we go. The world in shock, June. The world in shock, June. Holy Spirit, last days, apocalypse. Some people think the Holy Spirit is a male. They're sadly mistaken. They think the Holy Spirit is Jesus in spirit. Nope. Wrong. Try again. The Holy Spirit's in the center of the world card. It's the goddess. She's incarnated multiple times, including Prophetess Anna. The one that foretold of a son. Actually, 2 sons. Yeah, you should really, really take a look at the codes I get. Because 222 is Armageddon. And what's happening in that video that I showed you? Maybe June 10th, I'm not sure. It's just an educated guess. June 10th, annular solar eclipse. Two one one two 2112 is another interesting because that's the name of a Rush album. You might want to take a look at that one too. Now, I put St. Vincent and lasoufriere in gematria. You're not going to believe what's in there. Vatican secret, Jezebel within man, man and woman. Who cares? 1,000 points of light. The veil is lifting. Oh, yeah. A birth to the light, shine and splendor. God hates hands that shed innocent blood. That's true. There is a lot in these when you type in St. Vincent. And lasoufriere. The Holy Spirit is done. The Danza Kali. I call that stick a fork in me, I'm done card. The Holy Spirit is done. Done with a whole lot of BS. It's really interesting what they say in here. Grand Prophecy, the White Rabbit. Human God Soul, I am a prophecy. Father of Zeus. Kronos. Thing is, Kronos is a female. She designed the holodeck. Yeah, you should definitely look at these. Lasoufriere. See? Hidden guide key. The Grateful Dead to the lifeboats. To the lifeboats. Cruise ships and everything going into into St. Vincent to evacuate people. The Grateful Dead to the lifeboats. The Beast Rising. Apollyon. The Triple Eights. And the 2 in front of it. Because there's 2 triple eights. The Goddess and Yaldabaoth. There's three and they're connected. Zeus, Apollo, and Hades. They're connected. Incarnate separately, but connected astrally in soul. And who created them? Who created Yaldabaoth? Look it up. Sophia. Judgment Day. D-Day. June 10th. That's what they told me. They used these codes to tell me to do that reading. Because they wanted to give me a date. They gave me a date. June 10th. Hades, Apollyon, Pan, Hermes, and all the other names, is the gatekeeper. He's also the judge. Anubis, weighing hearts against a feather. Pay for crimes and life decisions. Yep. Judgment Day, D-Day. June 10th, during that solar eclipse. I have a funny feeling that 222 Armageddon has something to do with it. And you saw that video of them dancing. That's the dance of Kali. Armageddon. I have to wonder to myself, is when my husband and I dance together, is that the dance? Did I manifest it? My husband was so mad yesterday, he went in to hit the reset button. He said if I had had one, it would have been done. Because some of the vile humans here. Then you see the hope. You see the ones that are worth it. They're worth all of this. They rose above all of this inversion. They rose above it. And despite many of them having very hard and tragic lives, they rose above it. They're the ones that are worth saving. There's a whole bunch that aren't. Which is sad to me. That's really sad. It's like Gabriel kept telling me in my ear, you can't save them all. And I took that as a challenge, and as time was going on, yeah, it was interesting. I watched a reading that was telling Aquarius TikTok. Same thing that Gabriel keeps telling me, TikTok, time's up. TikTok, Saturn, the timekeeper. I'm trying to piece all this together. Trying to piece it all together. They don't tell me everything. I wish they did. But it is about the timekeeper and divine timing. Karma's definitely coming for a whole bunch of people on this planet, I have a feeling. And the spring clean for the May Queen. The other thing that I found fascinating is Philip exiting yesterday as well. Coincidence? Notice I didn't say Prince Philip. Prince of Thieves. When I was doing that reading yesterday morning, I kept telling myself, because in my head I was going, feels like a volcano is going to erupt. And I kept going, no, that can't be right. Because I even doubt myself. So I get why people might have some doubt in me. I get that. The logical side of me understands that. But then the passionate side of me thinks in quite another way. Especially anybody that yeah. I'll leave those words unsaid. But the amount of rage that I feel towards some, well, I try to temper that with the fact that they don't seem to get it. You know, they tell me I should ignore all that because the mission's about saving the ones that are worth saving. That's what it's about. And me and my loftiness thought I could save them all. Right? Unfortunately, it's looking less likely all the time. I want you guys to think about something. Put yourselves in my shoes. Think about what it would be like. Think about getting readings with dates. And things like predictions of bombs exploding like in Lebanon. And predictions of volcanoes erupting. And knowing there's a loss of life involved. Can you imagine the pressure, guilt, and everything else that comes along with that? Also imagine the frustration for those that don't believe you. Think what that's like. Not only does it hurt you, because you're telling the truth. But it causes a type of anger and rage that is nearly uncontrollable at times. I don't think you want that pointed at you. Just imagine what that's like. I try to be very pragmatic, very fair, very open about my thoughts, but I do hold back because if I said what I really am thinking, this whole place would burn to the ground. And that's not what I want. That's the last thing I want. But evidently, based on what they're telling me, my life's been entirely scripted. 100% scripted. Where I've lived, where I was born, when I was born, my favorite color, everything is scripted. Right down to significant relationships in my life. Everything. So the only thing I can do is release and just let the program run. Because they'll give me what I need when I need it. I'm going to continue to watch the clock. Tick tock. And I'm going to pull cards on anything that looks significant coming in the future. But June 10th is significant. I know that. That's for sure. It's very significant. You know, one other thing that my husband and I were talking about, because he doesn't remember what happened in the astral. He did wake one time when we met up astrally, and I walked in on a situation that made me turn around and walk right back out. And all he remembers is when he woke up, he felt like he had lost me, because he almost did. Because of something that happened on the astral. I've kept that, what I saw and what happened, a secret. It's interesting because the one I'm protecting is one of the ones that doubts me the most. It's kind of like the Phil Collins song. I see it coming, or I feel it coming in the air tonight. I was there and I saw what you did. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. So you can wipe off that grin. I know where you've been. It's all been a pack of lies. If you guys had any idea what you're doing when you're sleeping on the astral, yeah. Some of those dreams you're having aren't dreams. Yeah, I've been protecting one of the people that doubts me the most. Actually has had the audacity to mock me. I have to giggle. This whole thing is, like I said, scripted. So I just have to giggle about it. It's like, really? It's like I told my husband last night, I said, I would love to expose them publicly. Because part of me, that fury inside, wants me to expose them for what they are. And then I remember that's not the mission. The mission is saving as many souls as possible. That's the real mission. And the truth. That's the real mission. What they say, what they do, is really irrelevant. It really is. They mean nothing in the grand scheme of things. Just thoughts. I'm just thinking aloud to you guys so you understand where I'm coming from. Also, put yourself in my shoes, knowing a very tiny handful actually are listening to what I'm saying. That's probably the hardest part. The rejected cornerstone. It is what it is. The whole thing's scripted, evidently. At least so they tell me. I mean, think about it. Try to reason that out in your heads. Put yourself in my shoes. When I started these videos, I was just going to be talking about angels and the paranormal stuff that happens to me. And look where we are now. Hmm. Anyway, just a frank discussion. 222 2222. Those codes I've given you today. The mentions in the music videos, take a look at them, see what I'm talking about. And start praying that you make that bridge. I'm praying for you guys to make that bridge, that's for sure. As many as possible. As many as possible. By the way, new moon in Aries on the 11th. Don't fear the 11s. Interesting planetary alignments during that. I'm going to be doing a reading on that today. So I hope you take a look at that. Because if anybody can tell you what's going to happen, it'll be me. I don't think anybody else on this planet can. Who else but the timekeeper themselves, right? And the sun just broke. after being cloudy and rainy. It just came out, just now, as I said that. Everything means something. Anyway, hope you guys pay attention to what I'm saying. If you don't, you don't. I've got to learn to deal with that, no matter how hard that is. Not everybody's going to listen. That's very apparent. Glaringly so. Oh well, at least I'm doing my mission. I'm doing my part. You gotta ask yourselves, are you doing your part? Is your life scripted too? Could be, right? The beast is rising. Yep. The Book of Revelations. An unseen power rising. Lost tribes. Anyway, I hope you have a really good day, week, month. I hope you're paying attention. And if possible, I don't know. I have trouble getting people to listen. I don't know if you'll be able to get anybody to listen either. Everybody's got their own idea. Take care. And I hope you pay attention to the readings and stuff that I'm doing. It'll give you an edge over all the other ding-dongs. Oh, right. So many people call them NPCs, non-player characters, bots. Do check out what I'm saying. Everything I tell you is 100% factual. Like I said, never stop asking why, and always don't take everything I say as gospel. Look it up for yourselves. Use your own gut instinct and intuition. Because if you do, you find the truth. Never stop asking why. Until next time.